Ime, when you look at Max Strus, what kind of stands out about him as a player and his journey? And you've kind of talked about your own career as a role player and how you want to relate to those guys on your own team and build them up and things like that. Do you kind of see some of the things he and the Heat have done, building up those kind of guys as a model for what you want to do in Boston?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously carved a niche pretty quickly. Strength of shooting, but he's not just that. He's a solid defender, especially for a quote unquote shooter, and he's taking this opportunity and taking some time from some guys who were really good players that they were relying on. So shows their confidence in him. But always rooting for guys like that work their way up the hard way, and the impact he's having on their team is really evident. So happy for him, and he was in Boston at some point in time a while ago, and might have missed out on that one.
Ime, now that Al's back, can you explain what happened? Was it a false positive? Can you explain how that situation unfolded?
No, he passed all the protocols, passed all the tests, and I'm not a doctor, but he had to pass a certain amount of tests and league protocols, and so he did, and he was feeling fine from the get-go, and so happy to have him back.
Hey, mate. You said he was asymptomatic at the time of his test. What led him to get the test in the first place?
Well, I said he was feeling fine. He was always feeling fine, so meaning he didn't have symptoms, but felt good the whole process, and we're just following the league protocols, and we don't get into specifics with our guys as always, but he passed the amount of tests he needed to, and always was feeling fine.
Ime, what were the emotions like? Obviously, on Tuesday, you said it was just hours before. That was something you guys had to deal with as a team. What were the emotions like in getting Al back for tonight's game, too, as well as Marcus?
Obviously, a benefit for us, to get hit with that late news. We try to move on as quickly as we can and adjust rotation-wise and players stepping up. But, happy to have him back, Marcus as well. Unfortunately, Derek's out tonight, so we're still not full. But, happy to have two of our starting five back. And so for us, we try to move on quickly, and we did well enough at times. I talked about the poor third quarter, but, we did build a 13-point lead and had a good first half. So some of the, veteran calm that he brings, that those two bring, could have been needed in that third quarter. So looking forward to having that back.
In game one, you guys played more drop coverage than you had in a while, and there wasn't a ton of, pressure from the big that was dropping back once they actually attacked. So when you get Horford back tonight, who's a very experienced defender, and just after going through the film, what things are you looking for, little pieces of attention to detail to try to help when you're dropping?
Yeah, well, it was across the board. I think we were too low with our bigs being too far back. We didn't want them that far back, and so an adjustment we want to make is being up, especially with Hero and some of those guys looking to come off and shoot. We can obviously switch certain matchups. We want to keep guys off balance, but our pickup point from the bigs was too low in general. So nothing that was intentional for us to be that low, and we worked on that, cleaned it up, and we'll be ready to go tonight.
Do you anticipate, I know you said he's feeling fine, do you anticipate him being limited in any way in terms of minutes, or even, having been, I'm assuming he's been in quarantine for a couple of days, that type of thing, or is it just kind of full go?
Full go.